Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber. Today's video was inspired by the lovely Ava, who is a part of the Daisies and Grace Facebook group that I'm a part of. This is her YouTube, My Brainy Mess. I'm going to link this stuff down below, and she was inspired by Anne Kenlon here on YouTube. And what we're doing is we're making pages. I think I've seen Gail do this in a Frankenpaper type of way, and it didn't appeal to me at the time. But so far I've made 43 journal pages. Yep, I have. And they are like Frankenpaper style. And you open them up and they're basically just little scraps glued together. This was a full page at one point. And I've just used little bits and pieces of things that I had laying around. And also full pages. And I really like that. This reminds me of like the Joey Defy style, and other people here on YouTube make journals, and just kind of getting, this one's really pretty. I like the ones with the wildflower pages. Those are my fave. And it just goes every which way, and you don't know what you're going to get until you rip it up. And put it together. So, what I had planned to do was just make a few pages, and this took me about 2 hours to make all of these, to glue them together, pull the pages out, glue them all together, and then this is my template. Goodness, this is my template. Now I've got too many pages, and this was my journal box. I'm going to use a Crunch and Munch, and I have 2 Crunch and Munch boxes, and you can see how fun that would be in a journal. Obviously that's too many pages for one. Like I said, I've got 2, plenty of pages for that, but I can't stop creating, so we're going to make a few of them here together. And yeah, it's so much fun. Like, as soon as she said snippet roll, I was sold, you guys. I was sold. I'm going to use glue stick occasionally. I do use art glitter glue. I've got my piles here, so let me move my already done pages and the journal cover. We don't need any of that. I don't need the template right this second. But yeah, just so much fun. I can't stop. I just can't. And so I have my lined pages. These are all my text pages. And these are my visual interest pages. This is still text, but I mean, it's hot pink. This is where I have my nature and graphs and things. And then I just have a couple of envelopes. This is a full junk mail. This is a blue envelope that I never would use. And then this is a window envelope. Thought that would be fun too. So yeah, let's get to playing. So what I do is I just grab a page. Like, really, it's simple. Any page you want. I do find that, I'm going to grab a bigger page to start off with. I do find that, and I want my glue mat, because we're going to make a mess, I'm sure. The smaller pages tend to be more interesting when they're broken down. Just for my template of using this particular size, which I don't have anymore. I just put a nice bit of glue on there, and then I'm just gonna plop a page on there. That's it. That's it. There's like really no thinking involved. I mean, okay, that's not true. I overthink it, but the way that Anne did it, she just like glued. She was using junk mail. I mean, no digitals. I have a few scrapbook pages, a couple that I just pulled out just for, just for fun, but I mean, you can use anything you want. This would be a great scrap buster thing. You could just go through and totally just have fun. See, I like these 2, but I don't like that they're the same size, so I'm going to grab a different one. Text, and instead of going the right direction, you could turn it and go the wrong way if you wanted to. You go upside down. You could do anything you want, and that's why I love this. And I think it's just all of a sudden it's clicked in my head. I love the way it looks, and I don't know now if I would do a whole journal with all of the pages that I've already glued in there. I don't know if I will actually use this one. This one's fun. Home budget book. And I know that's going to be too tall, so this one I am going to go out to the side, and I'm going to go this way so you can see those doilies. I don't know if I would do a whole journal out of these pages. I think that could be fun for like a glue book or a collage book or like crazy pages. Like, I really do like the Joey Defy, and that's what this reminds me of more than anybody, because that's who I watch. And yeah, and Gail, of course, watch my Gail. But yeah, I just think this style is really different, really fun. I'm hooked right now. I'm totally hooked. And so Now I want a interest page again. Let's do this butterfly. And she is definitely Ava. She made a whole journal, and she said it took her like, I think it was like basically the whole day, but from start to finish, that's pretty good. I mean, sometimes we sit around and fuss about what pages, and this just takes all that fun. And then it's like, it's so fun. It's just fun. It's exciting. It's totally different. I mean, that's probably why I'm addicted, because it's not just taking a regular piece of paper and folding it in half. And then I've got my lines over here. Let's go with this one. That's pretty too. And I'll do it. I'm going to do it this way so that I have an interesting edge here. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but and I made some of mine, so I'm getting the two ladies mixed up. I've watched both of their videos twice through. Once on normal speed and once on sped up version, because I was so like, wow, how did they get it to look like that? And they really just glued them together. But I got so inspired that that's what I wanted to do. I started creating different lengths. So some of mine are smaller pages, and then other ones are, maybe we want a big, look at that. That's fun. I don't like that edge is all, it's all ruffled and it's not going to glue flat. But it's all just mishmash. I thought, well, that would be fun, like for an interesting page in a journal. Like I mean, you should never have scraps again doing this. I mean, really. Of course, we're all going to have scraps, but I'm going to go this direction. But yeah, this, and then it reminded me again that I've already I did make small mini journals a couple years ago for my autism fundraiser, and I still have a lot of those left. So here is one little cute mini notebook. At the time that I made these, I was so proud of myself for, whoops, sorry little birdie, for using a paint chip card, and I had just started sewing, and they're the little fun glassine bags that JD likes to use, and they are literally teeny tiny, almost a version of this, but they're just pages folded in half, and that's when I started folding up for pockets. And I just remember creating these going, I really like this. And this was before I started turning my stuff upside down, and just remembering creating these little mini journals and going, gosh, that was just so fun. I think I made 24, 25 of these. I'm not sure, but I actually had to use full pages, so I didn't have any scraps at the time that I was making these little journals. And I thought, this is what this is reminding me about. And I got hooked, and I made all of these in one go. I made these, like, all of 20-some journals in, like, I don't remember, 3 days, 4 days, maybe it was a week. I don't know. It felt like it wasn't that long. But then again, maybe it was long because, you know, I really didn't know what I was doing. I certainly learned how to make journals, and they all have the same amount of papers and pockets or flips or whatever. And yep, I'm just enjoying this process. It is actually a rainy day, and I'm staying inside for this morning. I'd have to run errands in the afternoon, but I want to use this. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So this is a piece of scrapbook paper that I liked this side. I did not care for this side. And I thought, hey, I literally just ripped it. And this is probably too tall. This is from 1999. It says, Building a Better Scrapbook. Babs. Yep, no idea. But I have very few. I don't even think I have another page of this. It just probably came from the thrift store or something. It's just been sitting on the shelf, and now it's gonna be in a journal. I'm so excited. This would be a great art journal or mixed media pages. I don't know. It's just visually interesting. Okay. Now let's do one of those junk mail envelopes here. I forgot where I put them. Because I used all the ones. I had to go get another one. Let's use this big full one. And I'll just open it up. Like, I almost can't wait for the mail to come today so I can get some more envelopes. That's terrible, because I stopped saving these. I was like, I'll never use these. And just doing my January junk. And then now these little snippet roll things, I've used quite a few of them. I don't have that many more left. Okay, so I know that my journal is going to be this is going to be too tall. See, here's my template. I know from doing it now, but so I'm going to go this direction. So I don't have to lose any of the window or any of the bottom part of this. And you can glue your edge on like a little bit or a lot. And what I do is I just pick, so you can see now, this one I glued on top and this one I glued underneath. And I'm not paying any mind to it. And it's so fun to see the other side because it's completely different. Oops, sorry guys. It just has a completely different look to it. It's just so much fun. Let's use one of my other favorite pages. We're going to use music paper, and then we're going to use a wildflower. I love this. I found this in my stash upstairs. I was like, I didn't even know I had these cool book pages. Okay, so this is a music page, and it has a napkin on there. I did a project, again, for that same group. I want this to be on there pretty good. For the same group, and I used music paper, and I didn't realize there was 2-ply with that napkin, and I think I did a video with you guys using that same flower. It's been a little while. It's just been sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. Now I do. Oh yeah. Napkin texture. So fun. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then I'm going to put, that one's kind of ugly, isn't it? That side's pretty though. And I know we're going to lose some of this if I go this direction, so I'm going to put it so that we lose the bottom and not the top. Get my template, and this is kind of where I'm cheating, okay? Because I am being mindful and kind of picky about where some of my pages land and how they go together, I guess is what I'm getting at. I think that might be a little bit too tall. I just don't want to lose any of it, and I don't have I use my bottom as my guide until I get to a point like this, because it's okay if it's a little smaller. I'm not scared about the heights difference on it. Okay, there we go. Let's do a lined page here. How about, oh, that one's too pretty. Got pretty next to pretty. Ooh, I haven't used any of these yet. So this is out of my mindfulness journal. That might get ripped. I might have a hard time with that because I like having the prompts. So I changed my mind. That's not a good idea for ripping it. And then I would be particular about where. The only ones in this journal, or these pages, I should say, where I'm ripping them into sizes that I actually pay attention to is where my hinges are, so I'm not ripping it and getting a teeny tiny strip, and then if I do, I just rip it off. But also the envelopes. I don't want to cut the envelope in half where the window is. That's about the only things that I'm looking for. So know that I got to cut off some of this, but this one should fit all the way on there. And this could be totally wonky donkey. I don't have a grid guide. And that's okay, though, because we got washi tape. Like, just slap some stuff on there. Collage it. Okay. Let's do one more, because this is getting pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's really not that big, because, I mean, I made a huge one. What should we do at the very end? Something we haven't done. We got the lines on there. Actually, I'll do 2 more pages because I want a smaller one. I didn't use any of this yet. This is from my old shorthand book. And you don't want pages that are super thin. I mean, I wouldn't want them super thin, but I want them to be able to hold up to whatever I'm going to do to them, like add pockets and such. And, but also you don't want them super thick, I don't think, either. So it's kind of finding the balance. And of course, not really old where it's just going to falls apart. Okay, I love that. Let's do, here's my template. Let's do, oh man, I didn't even use any dictionary. Here, like I pulled out this wallpaper. Terrible. I do not like this page of wallpaper, but I probably am going to love it. I mean, why not? Who wouldn't want to play with some wallpaper? Even if it is kind of gross looking. It has fun texture. It's got this angle cut. I don't know. Came out of the thing all along. I probably glued it on upside down. Who knows? Who cares right now? I know I said one more, but I don't want to end with this one on the end. I guess it doesn't really matter though, because I'm not putting them in a journal signature that way. Let's go ahead, and I didn't even use any ducks. Oh my gosh. I did use the butterfly calendar page. Yeah, see, just a ton of pages here to be had, to have fun with. I think we're going to use this one on the very end. What's this one have? This one has a red and turtle head. That's hilarious. I'm going to use this one just because it says butterfly bush. And then it will cover up some on the other side. So again, I'm just trying to pay attention to what's going on here. I lost my glue stick. Okay, this is the last one. Because I know now from experience, don't put a big giant page on the end, because when you fold it over your template, you're going to have one big giant page, and it's not going to look that interesting. Which, if that's the look you want, then go ahead and do that. But I'm just like, no cutter, no nothing. And I love it. Okay, so here's my template. And then I just lay it down like Anne did. This is her little process. And then we just fold over. And I know that I can fold over all the way to this edge, and it should fit my journal. However, also knowing that a lot of the pages are going to creep out and I'm going to have to trim. I'm mindful of that, and that I'm pushing that in there and then pulling it out. And I just get my ruler. I got to move these pages, you guys. I get my ruler and then I just rip it. Like it's freeing. And done. And then this would be the journal page. Now that doesn't look fabulous, but we can totally fold this up and make this be a pocket here. And that's what I'm saying. Like there's a gap here. I can just add another little scrap on the back of this. Like, let's do it. Let's just do it right now. Here, let's put on there. Do we want a love book? Here, what about this duck? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Map page? Like you got choices, and I'm just trying to use a smaller page. I think the bird with that is clashy. But also I don't know what's on these pages, so it's out of a love book. Maybe we want something here. Let's use a piece of this map page. Let's just go for it. Okay. And I'm just gonna glue it right across there, because why not? Yeah, I mean, I haven't sewn yet. I have so many other fun things to add. I'm just so inspired to do this way. And what happens is, on days where I don't feel like crafting, I can come to my stash and be like, oh yeah, I remember. I had so much fun. So, I can just, boom, got another scrap. I can just come and you got a little interest down there. I'm not going to fold that up. I'm actually just going to rip it off. Play with something that is already made, something that requires very little effort. And that's really how easy that is. And that one's, not very interesting because it's got a big giant wallpaper there. But let's just make a few more pages together, you guys. And I can't stop. I can't stop. Let's see here. This one will go a little bit smaller. How about right there? I know that's not straight, but anything that I want to crease and make straight, I can do later on. And then I can also have my page peek out a little bit, more on one side and less on the other. I am just so excited. Now, I do look kind of funny doing this in the library. I will admit, I went to the library because I had a little extra time. And, nobody said anything. I had somebody walk past me and they were like, whoa. I was literally gluing pages together. I wasn't at the point of ripping them. I was just gluing them. But hey, you can't do this kind of stuff in your car. See, now that's why I folded this one this way. I'm being mindful of this pocket, and I don't want to rip into that pocket, so I'm actually just going to rip my page right at the end of that envelope. And so this one will be a little shorter. And usually I do all the template ripping at the end. I just go through and just rip them all down, but I'm doing it now to show you what that looks like. And that one's also another kind of a boring page because it's mostly just music paper. Maybe you want more of a calm page, but this one's going to be so fun to see. It's going to be mostly envelope, But I'm excited to like put something fun in there. See, all the way to the edge, and I'm gonna have to trim down the edge on this one because I want this full envelope in here as the full page. So I think we're gonna go right here. Right there. And since I already know that I gotta trim this down, I'm losing that fun piece there, but that's okay. Didn't even need to attach anything to that, but that's all right. You just, you do you. You rip it how you want. And I'm just using that fold here as my guide, and then I'm going to see over here, it looks like we're going to trim it down right about the word water. Oh yeah. Oh, it's just so much fun to even just rip. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Maybe you'll be inspired to just go play. And I don't know how many pages I've made so far. Maybe another 3 or 4. We're almost to the end here. Go ahead and keep it going. Just, it's so enjoyable. I could sit here and watch. It's a little bit too fat. Watch YouTube, and it's pretty mindless. There was a lady I used to watch. I don't watch her too much anymore. She does a lot of stamping now. And like card stuff, but mindless crafting. And yeah, she's the one that taught me faux stitching. I just love it. Again, that one's not very interesting. I like it when they're a little bit more wonky doodle. This one is going to be, see, and so now I don't like that. I don't like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to this end over here. And since I have this other little page, I'm going to add this one because I don't want to rip it and not see any. Yeah, it just, that ain't, this is just how I do it. I don't really have an explanation. I just don't want to rip into that thin calendar page. Just lining up my tops. I don't know why. I think I have to trim it down, but even while the glue is still wet, I'm just looking for a more interesting page here is what I'm trying to do. Alrighty. How about right there? Without just simply folding something in half. There. Okay, and now this one has the calendar. It has the end of the butterfly. That's okay because the beginning is on the next page. And more than likely that will get covered. And then you have this gap up here. You totally just come in here. Look, this just happens to fit. So I'm going to glue it down. That's it. It's simple. Like, again, you should have no scraps. I'm going to glue it so the straight line is at the top. It really don't matter though. You glue it however you want. And I did watch a video on Gail making Frankenpaper paper like this. And look, it brought the red over here. Look, it just worked out. And I was like, Gail, that is, no. I think it was for her mixed media or something, or Scrappy Saturday perhaps. But I was like, no. But now I'm like, yes, you were onto something, my friend. Okay, a few pages left. Let's continue, and then we'll be done. I just love it. If you can't tell, I just have been so enjoying myself, and I literally couldn't wait to wake up this morning because I did it until way late in the nighttime last night, past my bedtime, and then I woke up and first thing I did, I got my coffee and I went right to work. Oh, it's not really work, right to playing. I went right to playing. And then the last one, because I started with that big page, it's going to make me want to keep going. And that's where you have to be like, okay, that's the startup in the next page. There. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Just so much fun. I don't care. It just says chocolate. You won't read that when unless you use this for a center signature, but I just like that there's pink and 39 and Alaska. Yeah, fun times. So then I have this page left over, and I can just keep continuing. It's so addicting. It is so addicting. So I hope you go have a fun play. And this is also good for like pages that you took out of a book that maybe doesn't have that binding, like the glue books. That's what I'm trying to say. The binding where you can take it apart and have it be a double page in your. Probably should use art glitter glue for that. Have it be a page in your journal by having both pages together, that like a hinged, like this. So that's what this project is also good for. And I've got a big bunch of glue here, so I'm just going to grab my washi tape, first one I grabbed, and I'm going to run this down there because I know I'm going to miss that fun edge with the dots, but I don't want that glue to sit on there. And I'm being useful. I don't want the glue to sit there and be all sticky and not hold anything down, and it just adds to it. Just to keep it going. Same thing with this one. I'm going to try to grab it with the edge of my paper here. So yeah, this is really good for like calendar pages, like single-paged items. And funness, just funness. Let's use this. Let's just use that. Oh my gosh. I can't stop. I can't stop, you guys. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. And so yeah, I love it. And I think when you find something like that and you're inspired, you just got to go for it. Okay, this is our last page. I'm not going to do any more. I was just showing you how I finish up. This one I'm going to trim off this little flap here because it's pretty thin. And I'm just going to grab this right here. How fun. And now I just have a little tiny scrap left that I will have to kind of stay out of that glue pile. That I will have to trim. And you can make this a flip. Here, let's just make this a flip. I don't have to waste anything. And that's what I started doing on the other ones. I started adding flips like that, where I knew I would fold it in enough where if I put it anywhere in the journal, say this is my page in there, I don't have to worry about cutting that off. It'll be a flip out. Look, see, and that's how I started adding the flip out. So I would make myself be done. I would make myself be done with the continuing on. I'm like, oh, I want to use this page. I want to use this page. I want to use this page. And then I just take my ruler and put it on there and size my page. There we go. So fun. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I hope you have fun play. Hope you enjoyed watching this. And yep, I'm going to sit here and continue to use the rest of these pages up so that my desk will be clean for the next video. Yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you really soon in the next video. Bye-bye for now.